feeling seriously bummed, was a little down in the dumps. I was sad for like a moment. And normally I'm like, I don't let things get to me. I'm an eyes forward type of person, and I just move forward regardless of my losses, continue to move forward. But for some reason, just today, taking 2 major losses back to back kind of just set me back. And I've been sleeping extremely late and getting a lack of sleep because I have to finish work projects for my day job. No sleep. It kind of took its toll. I'm gonna cover two big losses and what exactly happened. The 2 major losses that happened currently was from the Cool Pets drop and Karafuru reveal. For this Cool Pets drop, even though it was delayed, the team did a good job at placing a CAPTCHA on the website, a unique cipher where you have to decode these words and then you enter in your code. And I got in relatively early. One of the things that messed me up, this was a major gas war. I completely forgot this was a major gas war because we were at 18,000. This counter was slowly going up. During gas wars, one of the things that you would have up is block native. Normally, block native is pretty good at estimating what you would have. This is 99% probability. If you don't pay for it to update faster, you're gonna get a delayed response. So here, I kind of just trusted block native because I was just coasting. It just felt easy. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get this. I don't have to pay that much gas. I sped up my gas to what block native had basically, and then I was just waiting. I was just like, okay, this should come in any minute, not remembering that there's only about 2,200 left in a hype drop with one of the blue chip, or one of the considered blue chip projects inside the space, or at least one of the bigger projects inside the space. Cool Cats was just waiting up my gas again, but I didn't put it to the same gas prices that I would have normally if I was gas warring, because all I was looking at was just this, and I wasn't even looking at the contract of how many pendings there were, and my gas was extremely low. One of the things you also have to do is you estimate your gas costs and how profitable it could be. The eggs, the Cool Pets were basically selling around like 2.5. This mint was 0.5. So you could spend technically up to almost 2 ETH in gas and still become profitable. But there's also the adjustment for it's going to come down potentially when more people when the supply floods into the market. Higher supply, that means the price could go lower because people are paper handing it. I should have, to be honest, I should have put in 6,000 gas right away. In my custom alert, 6,000 gas right away. Because even with 6,000 gas, that would have been, because even 6,000 gas would have been 0.5. Would have been roughly around 0.5 ETH, give or take. That's still profitable. I could have put $10,000. I could have put 10,000 in gas. I've seen things go to 10,000. I paid personally up to 16,000 gwei in gas to get mints. And then when you put that into perspective, like if let's say 16,000 is about 1.2 ETH to 1.7 ranging depending on the contract. So I did that for Karafuru. I paid, my overall cost for Karafuru was probably around 3.3. I liquidated Karafuru because I was afraid, I was getting close to my break-even point and I was afraid that it was going to dip. The reason why I was afraid it was going to dip is because I was looking at Parsec. I was looking at the 5-minute. I have this custom setup, but on Parsec they have modules where you can set it up any way you want. So as a trader, as a crypto trader, BTC trader for 4 years, I like to use the RSI. I like to use moving averages. So when I was looking at this initially, I saw that Karafuru was going into the 3, it was leading into the 3.3 range for the NFT that I got, which was actually still a decent NFT, which was in the top half at least. Remember, my break-even point here is about 3.3. Part of me was scared because most projects will dump pre-reveal, recover pretty hard. Azuki is one of those projects that recovered pretty hard. There was people inside the chat that said they didn't like the commons, but I did like the commons, to be honest. Not all of them, and not all the characters, but I did like the comments. So I should have listened to my gut instead of listening to other people. But it's always good to take other people's opinions into consideration, but develop your own gut when it comes to certain things. This was the one that I got. I sold this below my price, which was 3.24, because it was starting to just hover around that area. With Parsec, I saw that we were getting into an overbought range. This is something that I should have remembered, is that things can stay overbought for a while. And because we were hitting this, and because it's NFTs and NFTs move fast and I'm used to things dumping, I'm used to just it hitting up here and then coming back down. And then because Cool Pets was coming, I wanted to liquidate to potentially get more Cool Pet eggs, but I didn't get any. So I think that's what compounded into me feeling bummed in general. Talking it out right now, I feel a lot better, but just in that moment, I had to lay down and just take a breather. So where I made my mistake was not looking at the fundamentals of the project. The top 100 holders didn't sell that much. I had my settings at top 1000 and I started to see more red sales here. And then because of that, I was like, okay, I should start selling because there could be potentially a pullback. Because normally when you look at the chart in NFTs, it goes here, it comes up, it'll hit a area, and then usually doesn't break through and then comes back all the way down. I was afraid that was going to happen, but one of the things that you have to look at as well is you have to look at the listings. Look at the NFT holders, look at the top 100, and then you look at the listings within the project. The other tool that I use is NFT Nerd. The person that I got and the base character is Mosu, which is this. He also has some rare traits. Dark brown skin, the outfit is this tech wear, and he looks better than some of the other characters, to be honest. So I filtered out for Mosu here, and then you can see the different sales that have been coming in. And if we go down to where I was, while I was watching this, one of the things that I didn't take into consideration was the trades and listings. Were the listings and the trades staying about together? And were the trades still outpacing the listings? And also, what were the listings at when you look at where they're priced at? I didn't take that into consideration because I was just worried about getting out of this trade to have more ETH to go into Cool Pets. You want to look at the momentum, and I should have gone up to the 15 chart to see where the RSI would be. And RSI is just a momentum indicator. It just shows price momentum, if it's speeding up or if price momentum is slowing down. And to put this into context, when you're trading cryptocurrency, the higher term timeframes are what levels out the volatility within crypto, like BTC. Because NFTs are a lot faster and there's a lot more projects that just don't have any long-term viability, you're gonna want to look at these shorter term timeframes. Go from the 5, I should have gone up to the 15 and then the 1 hour to see how everything was trending as a whole. But part of me wanted to not get wrecked and at least get close to my break-even point. The other thing that I didn't check is there's one trader that I follow that's also inside MVHQ, which is one of the alpha groups that I'm in, Sneaky Ninja Pants. He is a big trader that a lot of people copy trade, and I'm fortunate to interact with him inside the group. So one of the things that I do is I actually just go to his OpenSea and I check to see what he's doing. I also look at Ninja Alerts, because Ninja Alerts lets me know when a lot of the different traders that I'm following buy and sell. But oftentimes you can just search up based on their Twitter accounts, and then you can go and look at their OpenSea and look at their wallets. If I had just gone in here and looked at what he was selling these at earlier and what he listed at, it would have given me a better idea of his conviction inside this project. And you can do this for other traders. So Sneaky is just one of the traders that I take a look at. For the closest to the ones on the floor, he's selling for about 7 ETH. his conviction is pretty high for some of the other ones. Mine, to put in the context, was closer to this 2400 rank, which he's placing at about 13 ETH. This is one of the other things when I got into it, I was like, oh man, that I missed looking at this. So one of the things you do is check some of the traders. These are going to be traders that are where you want to be. They're $1 million traders. They're consistently profitable, and yeah, they're consistent profit, and they seem to just make the best trades. So you just want to look at them and see what they're doing and to get an idea of why. And you can do this manually inside OpenSea as well. Are there listings? Are there still trades happening? Are the trades still outpacing the listings? And is it starting to slow down at all? At that point, it wasn't slowing down. There's volume. This is how many people are making trades basically, and the amount that is being traded. When you see this start to diminish, this is when momentum starts to lose as well. Search on the higher term time frames to get a better picture and not be so short-sighted, especially with projects that have higher potential and that other people have high convictions on. Karafuru was one of those that I had, but I didn't do enough research on this. And because of that, the opinions of other people swayed me to get out earlier, and I was a little bit more fearful. You also have to take into consideration your own emotions when you're trading, because your emotions are going to be the biggest thing that wreck you. They're going to be the reason why you buy high and you sell low. It'll be the reason why you make mistakes, because you're trading on emotions rather than a trading strategy. So these are a lot of the different things that I messed up on that moving forward I will apply. And even if I apply this, doesn't mean that I'll be perfect and I won't make mistakes going forward, but I'll be better because of it. So that's what you want to also know. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall down. You just need to pick yourself up and reflect like I'm doing here. I feel significantly better and I don't let these things affect me. Sometimes they do. And sometimes life comes at you and you just need to take a step back and just breathe. Let me know if you guys like seeing these behind the scenes trades and my losses and successes, and if you learned something from this video. Let me know if you have any questions, just put in the comments below. As always, take care, talk soon, and I'll see you in the next video.